let's get started with your introduction.
Thank you so much, Anil, for taking your time to join the call. So my name is Sabari Prashant. So I graduated from engineering in the year of 2021 from Anna University. I'm based out of Salem and in Tamil Nadu. So I was working in a sales right after my engineering because of my passion in people networking. And then I used to be introvert, so I wanted to get out of the comfort zone and then move into the sales. So I started off in B2C sales, which is like high revenue closing and then sales flow, the phone calls, everything. I had that everything like for like 1 year. So after that, I thought that I am not like utilizing my creativity or like my writing skills in my daily job. So that's why I started learning about the SaaS industry and then SaaS SDR roles. So I started preparing for that and then eventually break into tech community by cracking the interviews. And then I was part of like DevRev as a founding GTM team. I was part of Outbound channel. Just like we are building a 0 to 1 startup there. So I was part of that. I love writing pretty much. Like I write crime thriller stories and then I ran a community in Instagram as a like codes creator. And then I used to write, make videos and I post memes.
Well, that's great. And it's great to hear that you're coming from engineering background and choosing sales as a passion, which is not quite often. That's great. And tell me about more about your mem-led growth. Memes are kind of quite trendy. I'm curious to hear more about what is your point of view, the mem-led growth.
Sure. So previous, like 5 years ago, everyone heard about sales-led growth. So you will have sales and marketing team to work for a company and then they bring the revenue to that. So after that, we thought that we need to invest more on the product than sales team. So that's why like apps like Slack and then Calendly, they eventually focused more on building the products than like focusing on the sales and marketing. So that's how the sales led growth moves to the product led growth. So nowadays, wherever you go, a lot of product led growth experts has been advocating for product led activities. So one fine day, I was like going through Google and then I got to know that why can't we take a meme as a like channel, as a branding for a product. So that's when I understood. I used to post a lot of memes out of sales and then humors. So I work for a SaaS brand called DevRev. So I used to connect with the pain points and then I used to visualize that and then post it in a memes. And then eventually it gets a reach. So even though you write or it's very huge, like when you share a memes, it has a like a huge impact on like entertain. It is going to entertain you. It will have viewers and just like Instagram, you will feel when you come into LinkedIn. So it's just you have to connect. So you're taking the product or value proposition through the memes. So that's what I call it as meme-led growth. So nowadays you have to go out of the box and then do something else, not writing emails or calling peoples. You just have to make presence and then attract the peoples. So that's when these things will help you. So recently I have started learning more about this meme-led growth and then I have been trying out so many things and then getting some good results. Yeah.
This is great to hear. And you shared a lot of insights. I just want to hear more on that. What it is, it's something different. Is it much better to engagement, what memes create? Or is it more, hey, it's a complicated, your SaaS business is complicated. You cannot write them and explain, but it's much easy to put an analogy and people can understand what it is. Or is it more like, hey, it's a fun because on those social media, it doesn't matter, Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, they're in their free time, there are hundreds of feeds which are looking through and the memes which kind of drags their attention and you separate yourself from your competitor. What do you think is something unique about memes compared to I share some more typical sharing or traditional approach?
Okay, sure. So now let's take two SDRs, SDR A and then SDR B. So if SDR is A is posting about the company articles and then blogs, just telling about the value proposition, one is doing the same. And then once you open your LinkedIn feed, you might want to know that average span of like human is around like 6 seconds. So they just scan the screen in 6 seconds. So you need to gain their attention with it, that if you're going to write long posts or like articles, it's not going to grab their attention. So now let's take if it's an SDRB, of course, as you told, if the value proposition is very hard to explain for, like since SaaS is so complicated for the normal users to understand. So you need to explain that in very simpler manner. So that's when these pictures and then these meme videos will help them. So entertainment is really fun. People always learn something out of it and then not just smiling. So that's when the SDRB is going to strike out of the box compared to the SDRA. So you will gain their attention. They are going to look out the meme and then they are going to look out your profile and then they are going to look out your company, then website. It moves to the meeting and then next steps. So you need to gain the top of the funnel is really hard, like for SDRs and then for salespeople to funnel down. You need to carry these creative techniques to do that, because of course you have to stand up because our market is really competitive these days and then a lot of facing downturns and everything. So when you do this, you will make noise in the LinkedIn. Okay. So not just you advocate for the product, you are building your own personal brand as well. That will really help. And then you are going to attract a community and people will love the memes. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And do you have any success stories about your memes that you created and which you would like to share, where it has a positive business impact or any kind of impact which made because of you created a memes, and any success stories you want to share?
First of all, I would like to tell a solution what we are. Like we are a chat solution and then ticketing solution, issue management. We are going to be combine everything, converge the whole business infrastructure into one software. So we are not direct competitors of Zendesk or Jira, but we are competing them. So we are competing the high market players. So I was going through Reddit. I hope like you might have known Reddit. So Reddit is a community where I gone through and then I came a question. Someone is asking for alternatives to Zendesk and then Jira. I captured that. So that's our value. Like I can add value there. So I immediately took a screenshot and then I took a Spider-Man meme out of it. Like I would like to show that also if you permit now.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So this was a meme that I'm saying. Like someone asked for alternative to Zendesk and Jira. I immediately posted it as DevRev since I am representing DevRev. Since we are going to add value. So it got exploded, that meme, and then it went around like 6,000 impression, which is organic. And then I had a lot of decision maker coming in. Like, as you can see, when you go into analytics, you can see software engineers who's going to be a user of Jira. It is 569, co-founder 72, product manager 56, founder 53. So you already have a lot of decision maker viewing this. So I got good traction here. Then what happened is that I eventually got a meeting out of it, and then they rushed towards our product, and then the meeting went well, and then they started testing out the product. So that's when I understood that when you make something out of humor, it will really work out. It will break the noise and then you will get the traction. Yeah. That really helped me a lot.
Well,
to get some, like build a brand, since we are a part of 0 to 1 journey. So doing something from scratch is really hard. So you have to educate the people, make an awareness, then only you can sell the solution. So I'm educating them through the memes and then through some pictures to make them, to deliver them. It just, you have to be in their mind. That's it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Right.
wow, that's great. And is there any learnings you had from your recent mem projects, or you would like to share? It could be do's and don'ts, or what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah. So So the creativity, of course, like you don't have to post the memes just for sake of like making the memes. Keep it as hobby. No, not keep it as daily routine. I will keep it as a hobby. Like whenever I feel burnout, whenever I feel something lost, I go on make memes. So that is an escape for me. So that's how I make memes. So it really helps me a lot, like keeping it as a hobby. So and again, you have to test yourself, like because meme is very sensitive. Someone who is seeing from their end, it can make them laugh or they get offended. You might not know. So you have to keep everything in mind before making out a meme. So you have to test yourself and then like go for the engagements and then see the people how they respond. And then that's how you iterate the process. Make a good picture, I would say. Quality of the picture matters a lot. And then it has to be portrait or square. And then make a clear fonts. I use font for writing the fonts on it. And then I use PixArt. Like it's a premium version. I use that to edit the pictures and then add the pictures. So that's what I pretty much do on photos. One thing I've seen is that a video is getting a good traction. So what I do is that, like Instagram, you have a lot of reels. Okay. So a lot of animal reels and then kids reels are trending. So they are viral already. So what I will do is that I just download that video and then I post that in LinkedIn by relating to LinkedIn community. So video is getting a good traction. You are going to grab their attention for almost 1 minute. So you can essentially get everything out of it. So that's what I did like past recently, trying out video memes rather than photos. Yeah. And really helped.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
again,
you,
yeah.
yeah,
So one
please go
thing I
ahead.
would say is that people are hesitant to take up meme. Like, what if someone judge me, or what if someone see me as comedy person or something? What if they don't like? So too many thoughts in their head, so that's why they are hesitant to post. What I would say is that keep everything aside, and then it's it's your hobby, and then if you love memes, and then people love memes, like you react to the memes, and me, everyone loves memes. So why don't we create it? It's just that you have to go into Google and then type as funny meme template, and then when you see the picture for like 10 to 15 seconds, you will get a lot of thoughts out of it. So you just have to note down what are the thoughts in the paper, and then you don't want to miss it. And then when you are making the post, you just have to connect the fonts or your thoughts with the picture. That's it. The meme is ready.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great. And I know you mentioned a couple of tools. Like, is there any other tools or tools you use to create memes?
Yeah. So I mostly use Google and then Pinterest to take the meme templates. I just type as best meme templates or viral meme templates. I use that. Then I will download that.
Mm-hmm.
For photo editing, I use PixArt. That's it. So for text placing, I use Fonto. In Fonto, you can install the various fonts. It's possible in Android. I'm not going into PC. You can do it from mobile. You don't need to move into PC. You
Uh-huh.
just take your mobile and then you can do it anywhere. So I'm telling on mobile itself.
Oh,
So
so all
yeah,
the tools you're talking about in or is in mobile apps.
yeah, mobile apps. I use mobile apps. I don't want to go into system to do this because like if I'm walking outside, I will get a thought. So I need to have something. I immediately take a phone and then I make something out of it while drinking a tea and something like that. So that's why I always do in a phone for like writing a drops and then making memes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So and for video editing, I would say InShot is a good app that I found. InShot
Uh-huh.
gives me the ability to add the fonts and then remove the videos, extract it and everything. So it gives a good output for me. So I use that. And one thing I have been using is APK version, I would say, because if you
Uh-huh.
cannot able to afford premium, of course you can go for APK if you are okay with that. So APK, if you are going, you will have all the access to it, and then that will really give you a good output.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where do you get inspiration for videos? You did mention about Instagram. You got some of the videos which are viral. Are there any other place or where do you get those videos?
Okay. So I usually love kids making jokes and then babies making funny videos and then animals or cats or dogs. When you go on Instagram, you will watch so many things. It's part of my entertainment. Of course, I scroll the Instagram to have some time for me. So I do not want to waste the time or waste the clip also. So I take a few clips out of it. I copy paste the link, and there is an app called, even if you go into SnapTube or something, like when you go into, you need to download that Instagram reel, and then you need to use the InShot app to make that video. You just have to be on social media every day. So to know what is getting viral or what is the trend is going on right now, to get the inspiration out of it, and then you just can replicate that.
Mhm. That's great. And is there any platforms like apart from Instagram you stay up to
Mhm.
date where you get for inspiration?
Mhm. So Instagram is fine, I would say, because a lot of meme contents are over there, and then that's it. Instagram, I use take videos, and then even if I go into YouTube, I will type as like funny animal videos or something like that. You take any video and then club into like 30 seconds or 20 seconds, write something out of it. I usually sell to founders and then product persona and then engineering persona. So I need to make them entertain before I'm like getting them for a meeting or something else, because they need some entertainment. So that's why I consider the daily routine, daily life of product manager or daily life of engineer, and then I relate that to the meme. So I am getting a lot of tractions there, and then engagements. I used to get a lot of connection requests, and then it really helps that. So you don't have to ask someone, give something. Yeah, give, then you ask. So it really works. Work for me. I usually got a lot of engagements and then a lot of DMs out of the people, and then they are like okay to talk with you. Yeah. But like instead of doing that, if you're using the LinkedIn just to pitch slap or go and pitch the product, it's not going to help in, especially in 2023.
Yeah, that's great, Sabari. So it's instead of you just selling first, you provide them the value, you provide entertainment, or which is close to their use case or which to close to their position. Then you already build a trust and connection or emotional connection. Then it's much easy though once they're connected, and it's very much easy to sell or provide them with your
Yes.
tool. That's well said.
Yes.
Is there anything you wanted to share with audience? It could be memes, or if somebody wanted to start, or any tips you wanted to share with the audience.
Yeah. So lately I've been seeing like not all of the SaaS companies, we have so many good products to help out there, but they are investing more dollars on Google ads and then paid marketing and everything. So they are not focusing on organic reach, I would say. So I would appreciate someone who is coming forward and then building a presence on LinkedIn by just like doing not just memes, I would say, but any videos or any clips to stand out of the crowd, because we need a community like that. So it really helps us grow better. And then the sales is evolving. You have to like keep on changing the tactics, not just stick with the old one. And another thing is that one who are hesitant to post, like one who are watching this, I would recommend them to start immediately, because I have started like 90 days. I have been posting consistently, and then I have like gained around thousand, more than 2,000 followers. And then I have got a traction of like 100K or 200K impressions. And then it is going up. It's not going to down. You are not just building for your company, you are building for yourself, and then you are building a brand for yourself. So it really helps out you. It's a resume for you, your LinkedIn in your resume. So build out and then connect with a lot of people and then make a best out of it.
That's great. Is there any place you get inspiration? It could be authors, or it could be some follows or influencers on social media, or do you read some books, or do you follow some blogs? Like, what is your inspiration?
Mhm.
Where do you get
I would
inspiration,
say,
or you keep?
uh, yeah, I would say like before I used to listen to podcast, and then I used to read books. But again, you are going to read, you are going to listen. If you are not going to implement, that's not going to help. So I started not doing that. I want to listen from people who been in my situation. So that's why I followed the sales folks from the SaaS community who got succeeded. And then I followed their personal branding journey. And then I understood what they are posting and how they are engaging with the community. I took a notes and then prepared myself. And then those people are my inspiration. A lot of people, you would say, this is very huge on LinkedIn. People are used to like build a very good personal brand on LinkedIn. And a lot of companies like Gong and then Lavender, they used to build a good brand presence in LinkedIn by these type of things. So that really motivates me a lot. Like it will give you an inbound lead generation. If you are building a presence on LinkedIn like this, you will have a lead even when you sleep. So that's what my long-term goal, like moving into that stage. So that's it. That's where my inspiration came from. And LinkedIn nowadays, everyone is making noise. Like you can see a lot of people are posting right now. So to stand out, be creative. That's it.
Yeah, Sabari, it was great talking to you, and thank you for your all insights. And yeah,
Thank you so much for having me.